Hello, my dear friends. It's so good to see you again. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Maria and I am a holistic health and feminine energy coach. Today's topic is my personal work, my personal inner work, and how to stop being a people pleaser. And I have been struggling for so long with this. And at some point, I decided that no, I do not want to be a people pleaser anymore. And I started doing some inner work. So I wanted to share with you today, for those of you who struggle with that. And I want you to know that if you are a people pleaser, if you have those tendencies, that will never work out for you. Unfortunately, that will not work out for you on the long term in the best possible way for you. So how do we know if we're people pleasers? We normally try to mold ourselves for expectations of other people, for their opinion, for their acceptance, for their love. And if we consistently say yes to other people, we consistently say no to ourselves. And I'm not saying that kindness and giving and doing nice things for other people is bad. But we should differentiate where that borderline is of where we actually doing a good things for other people and where we betray ourselves. So where does it come from? Where do we become? How does it happen? And most of the times it happens from our childhood when we are born. And of course we are having this instinct of safety, of looking for love. And when we try to shape ourselves for making other people happy, making other people feel good around us, when we get praised from our parents, from our teachers, from our society, we want to do more of this. And when we forget at some point that what we want and just do that to please others, that's where it's becomes a problem. So when we grow up, we keep that tendency and we keep prioritizing others before ourselves. And when we do that, when we level ourselves low on the priority level, that's when other people start doing the same with us. So when we don't value ourselves, other people won't too. So important to learn how to stop being a people pleaser. I want you to know 3 important things. First, you can still be a nice person, but not be a people pleaser. Number 2, you can set boundaries and still be respectful and still have other people love and accept you. And number 3, you are not a baby anymore. You are an adult. And if someone turns around and leaves, you will survive. You are an adult. You're very strong and powerful. So with that said, these are the things that hopefully will make you feel better about doing this inner work, because it is very important to do it. And for the solution, what do we do? I want you to know one thing. People pleasers on the long term will always be stepped over and always be left behind. So when you know that, would that motivate you to do this work? To do these things, to start prioritizing yourself and things like that? So number 1 thing I want you to pay attention to is I want you to learn saying no. Say no if someone asks you and you cannot do that. Say no without explanation, without further finding excuses for your behavior, feeling guilt, things like that. Like, let's say, for example, you are trying to take an exam and there is not a certain day where you can take it today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, but you decided to take it today and you're getting ready for the exam, and then your neighbor asks you to babysit for her. So you can tell her that, okay, I can do that up to a certain hour, or just say no. Just say no, I know today I have prior obligations. Don't try to explain yourself too much. Don't try to find excuses for your behavior. You don't have to do that. I want you to know that you are not responsible for other people's emotions and feelings. If something other people don't like, it's okay, it's not your problem. It's their thing they need to deal with. So you don't have to agree with what people say. People can have their own opinion, absolutely, but you don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree with it. So every time someone is there asking you something, think about this, remember this. And what I want you to do, and that's what really helped me, I want you to celebrate every no you say. And every time you find this power inside you to say no, I want you to acknowledge it, and I want you to be like, yay, I did this. And I don't know, do something special for yourself, a special dance, a celebration dance, or maybe a little treat or something for you. And you will notice how easier it gets, how stronger it gets for you to be able to say no. It will be tough at the beginning, but then when you do it a couple times, and you can practice, I don't know, with a friend or just imaginary situations, you can practice, and you will feel how like empowered you start feeling when you learn how to say no. Number 2, I want you to be able to set strong boundaries. And if it's uncomfortable to set those boundaries, that's exactly when you need to set them. And if somebody says, let's say, steps over your boundary, don't give second chance more than once. Because a lot of times you're like, oh, well, yes, we find excuses and we do this and that. And people start stepping all over your boundaries. So don't let that happen. It depends, of course, on what is going on, but think twice before giving someone a second chance, because your boundaries should be very firm, very strong. And just force yourself to force yourself to understand that this is important for you. If you let someone step over your boundaries, they'll keep doing it over and over again. That will be just very harmful for you on the long term. Number 3, ask yourself, what do I need? And what do I need right now? Do I need some rest? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to eat a meal? Maybe I want to do a meditation. What do you need to do right now? Forget about what other people need. Ask yourself, what do I need? And do that during the day. What do I need right now? Ask your body, like, what do you want? What do you need? And listen and do it. That's how you learn how to prioritize your needs. That is very important for us. So rule number 4, if someone asks you to do something for them, you need to understand, will that benefit you in any way? You, or let's say maybe your kids, your close people, your loved ones, would that benefit you first of all and them? And if not, just say no. You don't have to agree. Just think about every time someone asks you, does that benefit you? And if it doesn't, say no. Number 5, don't say sorry. Just say thank you instead. Because sorry is kind of like a detraction of who you are, when thank you is an affirmation of who you are in the current moment, in the present moment. So let's say let's say you're running late, and instead of saying, oh, so sorry, I'm late, la la la, just say thank you for waiting for me. and I appreciate that. So this way you don't put yourself in a situation where you're constantly looking for like finding excuses for your behavior, because you don't have to do that. I want you to know you don't have to. And number 6 is get to know yourself. Get to know your desires, your inner strengths. Get to know what you want. Ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I want in the future? What are my goals? And this is something that will help you, well, of course, get a connection between your inner self and your body and your mind. And this is so good for you to be prioritizing your own needs first, because you will know what you want, you will know your standards, you will know your desires, your goals for the future, and that's where you can start living a life of your dream. And for those of you who might need a little bit of a guidance in doing this, I'm going to be starting a course very soon. The course will be called Activate Your Divine Inner Glow. And in the course, I will help you step by step, first to detox your inner space, to get rid of anything that stops you from living your dream life, your fears, your limiting beliefs, your low self-esteem, things like that. Next thing, we will connect the power of your mind with your body, and we will work on self-love, increasing your confidence, setting up your inner goals, setting up your inner desires, hearing those desires. And it will be, we will be filling that space, that inner space that we just cleaned up, with anything and everything that we need for building our dream life. And I will be starting this course maybe within the next week. So check out my website for more information. It's glowingbodyandmind.com. Please leave some comments for this video if you've been struggling with people pleasing, if you're doing some other things that you would like to recommend all of us. I would love to see them in the comments. That will be all for today, and I will see you soon.